All right, guys, welcome back to Subliminal Escapes. My name is Steven Stangalini. We appreciate you being here. This episode of Subliminal Escapes is a follow-up to our last video on the Royal Caribbean Navigator of the Seas Mexico cruise. We didn't talk so much about food on that episode, so this episode we're going to discuss the dining options, the various restaurants, what's the vibe and energy like in these restaurants, what type of food are you going to eat. Stick around, we'll be right back and we'll go over those options. All right, first up, when you take a Royal Caribbean cruise, some of the food that is included is that in the main dining room or the Windjammer buffet. Right here, this is the main dining room for breakfast service, usually only available on the first floor. It is a nicer environment than dining at the Windjammer. You do have a waiter, you do have a service attendant tending to your every need. The atmosphere is nice, the food options are good, and you can get a lot of American fare such as different pastries, different bagels, cream cheese, lox, orange juice, coffee, water, omelets, bacon, sausage, hash browns. Again, the view out the window is beyond compare. One of my favorites was Eggs Benedict. Had that multiple times on this cruise with a little hash brown. Good. I thought it was really good. Breakfast in the main dining room beyond the Windjammer Cafe. A lot of other options here, such as chicken and waffles, which I thought was okay. Not bad, but I enjoyed it. Another one for your morning fix rather, is Cafe Promenade. There is a Starbucks on board, but for this, what's included in the fare, you get coffee, pastries, pizza, I believe, sandwiches. I went here every day, got a couple of cafe lattes. Always enjoyable, always good, and it's included in your cruise fare. Next up, Jamie's Italian, which is a for-fee restaurant. You pay a fee to get in. You can look that up in other videos or look it up online what that means. But the fee we paid for this restaurant got us this kind of food. Charcuterie board with various cheeses, olives, meats, focaccia bread. Really, really good. I'd do it again in a heartbeat, which we will. Calamari with a nice dipping sauce, burrata with some bread and lots of seasonings, braised ribs over potatoes with vegetables. Let's go back to that burrata. That burrata was so freaking good, guys. Jamie's Italian, available on many of the Royal Caribbean ships. In this episode, particularly on Navigator of the Seas. A seafood pasta, which was delicious. I also had a risotto. I believe it was a mushroom risotto, if I'm not mistaken, in Jamie's Italian, which was also very, very good. Okay, next up, a favorite on many of the Royal Caribbean ships, Hooked Seafood. Had some coworkers recently take this cruise and they did not care for this restaurant. I really enjoyed it. Let's take a look at the options. What do you get? Here's the menu. If you want to pause the video, take a look at it, see what some of the options are. We had oysters fresh brought to the table with various fixings to put on. A little cup of clam chowder. Again, everything I thought was good. Lobster mac and cheese, which was absolutely amazing. I'd order it again in a heartbeat. Coconut shrimp with the nice dipping sauce. Baked oysters, which were nicely seasoned and very tasty. Fish and chips. You can't go wrong with fish and chips. Maybe you can, maybe you cannot. Salmon and vegetables with a little bit of a butter dipping sauce. Surf and turf with vegetables. Again, guys, all the stuff you would expect. Lobster roll with some french fries at a seafood restaurant. Thought it was great. I'd eat there again in a heartbeat. Little coconut cream pie for dessert. Not sure what this one was. Some type of a lemon tart, if I'm not mistaken. All right, back to the main dining room we go for dinner service. All the levels in the restaurant at this point are very busy. This is included in your cruise fare. Let's dive right in. It's a little bit more of a formal type dining experience. Multi-course meal, salads, minestrone soup, arancini, which is really good rice balls, chicken parmesan over some delicious pasta, risotto. Everything in the main dining room I thought was hit or miss, as I said in my last video, but for the most part, for me personally, it was good. Steak and potato. If you don't like your food, the staff is always trying to entertain you, keep the energy level up there to make up for the food if it's not up to your standards. A little bit of lasagna. Definitely got to go for the lobster night with some rice and some vegetables. Again, in my opinion, some meals were better than others. Some were not so good. I liked it overall. Had a little bit of shrimp there with cocktail sauce, some fried chicken, corn, mashed potatoes, prime rib with mashed potatoes. The consensus at the table, some liked it, some didn't. I thought mine was okay. I believe that's a fried chicken or a chicken cordon bleu, if I'm not mistaken. On French night, we had French onion soup, which was really good. Escargot, my wife very much enjoyed, thought it was really good. Some type of a baked fish, I believe that is cod with mashed potatoes and veggies. And I think this is a breaded lemon salmon over mashed potato puree, if I'm not mistaken. So that gives you an idea of what it's like in the main dining room. If you don't want to pay the fees for other restaurants or the forfeit restaurants, you can go to main dining room any night and eat food such as what we are showing you now. Tiramisu for dessert, some vanilla ice cream. Again, pretty good stuff, good atmosphere, and makes a great time while you're on board the Royal Caribbean Navigator of the Seas. Creme brulee, which is a favorite for everyone for dessert. Can't go wrong with that. All right, another forfeit restaurant, Izumi Japanese Cuisine. Here's the menu so you can take a look at it, pause the screen, and see for yourself what's available. What you would expect from your typical Japanese steakhouse, so to say, with various sushis or teppanyaki. This ship did not have the teppanyaki option, though. Some of them do, some of them don't. All right, appetizers, edamame, which is good. We had some gyoza brought to the table, which was also very nice. Chicken karage, really good, nice dipping sauce, good flavors. I opted for the ramen for my lunch service. I thought it was okay, more broth, less filling. I wasn't thrilled about that. Teriyaki chicken. We have some type of a cooked sushi roll right there, and some sashimi, if I'm not mistaken, of some really fresh fish. That's a poke salad, which was pretty tasty. I forgot what this one was, but I know it was good. We enjoyed it. The chocolate lava cake at Izumi did not do it for us, but the mochi ice cream was a hit. All right, moving on to the next forfeit restaurant, Chops Grill, available on many of the Royal Caribbean ships. We have some shrimps as an appetizer with cocktail sauce, wedge salad, tuna tartare, which was fantastic, I might add, mushroom bisque soup, which was really nice. Filet mignon. You guys want a good filet mignon, go to Chops Grill on any of the Royal Caribbean ships, particularly on Navigator of the Seas. It hit the spot every time. We ate there twice during our cruise. Aside from the filet mignon, which may look small, but it's very tasty, guys, I assure you that. You can get a bone-in ribeye, which is absolutely delicious. Another thing we had while at Chops Grill, many of the people in our party at the table enjoyed thoroughly. Side items included, whatever you want, but we had spinach in this case. The chocolate lava cake in this case definitely hit the mark. Red velvet cake, which was also very nice. Playmakers, we only ate there once. Had a poke nachos, which was pretty good. I enjoyed it. Be advised, food ordered at Playmakers has a fee per item. Windjammer, didn't film it a lot, didn't eat there a lot, so I kind of filmed when we were sitting down around it, what the atmosphere is like. It's okay, it's what you'd expect of a buffet, but considering Royal Caribbean has a very diverse workforce, every now and then they would have ethnic themed meals, basically toward Filipino or Indian or other various cultures, and the food was really good during those offerings. Guys, thanks again for watching. Hope this video helps if you're curious as to what kind of food is served on board Royal Caribbean Navigator of the Seas. See you next episode.